Hello and welcome to the ASC Weekly number 5 Diamond Division. We are in the finals and I'm excited. The chat's excited, the players are excited, everyone's excited here. We are going
I'm
into
sad
game
that
number...
I'm flying.
Good old Homestar Runner jokes. Yeah, we have Swipht spawning as the red Zerg at the top right here of Zelnaga Caverns, and his opponent we have eXSilent, the blue Terran. He is a veteran of the ASC Weekly, having played several before, never winning. So this is the farthest he's gotten, I think. So good on you, eXSilent. Obviously improving. Nicely done. I am Simpatico for the ASC Weekly,
And I'm Zeltsum for the ASC Weekly, and together we merge and create the almighty casting ass call.
of which I believe I'm the left cheek.
I don't remember. Fuck it.
Yesterday, yeah, I said right cheek yesterday, and apparently that was wrong. So I think you were
I
I think
seem
you
to
were just
recall you being
bullshitting
the left.
because you're. I think you just like to disagree with me, no matter what.
Go
Actually,
back and look at the VODs, man.
in the chat earlier today, I was talking, and then I just threw it out there randomly. I was like, unicorns are not real, and Zeltsum's like, that's kind of true, because he just can't agree with me ever.
That's kind of true.
It's kind of true.
I was being sardonic.
He's being
F you.
sardonic.
F.
Which was the word of the day a while ago. I think in week number
Our word of the
one,
day is coming up.
perhaps.
Today's word of the day is coming up.
Week at the word of the day. We need a word of the week to finish it off. Hmm.
Word of the day. That's three words a day. Come on, you're good.
3 words a week is pretty good. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Swipht getting that fast hatch down on 13 or 14, I think it was. I don't know. I never understand that too much. We do have some SCV harass here, or some drone harass on the SCV. Gonna finish that Rax, and then, oh, it's so close to dying. He's gonna go chase it. The Zerg is floating with a mission here. It is gonna go for that SCV. Is it gonna get it? Oh, it does get an SCV kill. So eXSilent put a little bit behind by that. Probably not gonna determine the outcome of this game, though. Marine starting to come out. So far, pretty standard, getting that gas down. So definitely not going for a 2 racks or any shenanigans like that. Generally, you don't want to get 2 gas, or a gas for that. And in the Zergy base, we have that hatch and pool. Gas and pool popping. 100 gas, we'll see Zergling speed pop out. And so pretty standard for both players thus far.
Yep.
Ooh, factory
Absolutely.
finishing off that wall. Yep, absolutely. So we're going to see some tank marine, I think, here, which we saw earlier in the night from LTD Xanthus, I believe. Didn't work out too well for him. We'll see if we can see eXSilent be a little bit more aggressive in his play and not let his Zerg opponent expand across the entire map. Second gas going down. Yeah, he's got this build pretty solidly down. And I actually want to practice this build a lot because I love me some marine tanks. Actually getting a very quick starport, so will we be seeing some Hellion drops, perhaps? I think we're going to see some Hellion drops.
It would appear as such.
I don't think it's going to be blue flame Hellion drops.
There's
but actually,
no tech
come to think of it, eXSilent earlier, because we'd cast him, won with... yeah, totally. He won with a 4 Hellion drop against the Dagger, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed.
Which was painful to watch.
I believe 4 Hellions. I believe it takes 4 Hellions to one-shot workers.
Yeah, those probes got lined up as they tried to run away, and then just. But no, it looks like it doesn't look like it's gonna be a drop. It looks like a 4 or 5 Marine Hellion push here. Very popular. It's kind of losing popularity a little bit, I think, but still pretty strong. Gonna rape these Marines pretty hard. This Spinecrawler coming up a little bit late, not in the best position. He needs to be careful with these Marines. Oh,
And this is
they're all gonna go
interesting.
down. Not a whole lot of damage done.
So he
there.
just sends in his Hellions, and we're not going to be seeing a Hellion drop, it appears. Seems we're seeing Banshees instead. Banshees into tanks. So he just did a quick Hellion, harass.
That can work
and
out really well.
transitioned directly into Starport Factory, Banshee tank. Looks like he's going to go into another a Banshee harass, which might be quite effective. Looks like Spinecrawlers are going up. Force a lot of Spinecrawlers. There's no anti-air except for these Queens. And this Queen is nearly dead. So if he can get that Banshee up there in time, that Banshee will handily take out that Queen with much delectation. And in response, I think Swipht, I don't know what he's going to have to do if that happens, because losing that queen is going to be quite big. Delectation, by the way, is the word of the day.
Delectation.
Delectation. With great pleasure, or great pleasure. So
I love how you
will
used
take out
it
that queen.
I love how you used it in a sentence before you said it. It's pretty awesome.
That's what I've been doing lately.
Oh, nice. That's
Like
sick.
yesterday and the day before I did that too. So it was like I think the day before.
We do have
But
some
I've been
good. We do have some good Zerg placement here along
dead queen.
very common paths for that Banshee to travel. I don't know where that Banshee went. Where do you see that?
It's in the base.
Oh,
it's in the base.
There it is. It's in the base,
It
killing
killed
your
the queen.
drones.
When I said dead queen, that means the queen died.
Wow, I was looking for the Banshee and I didn't think it had finished yet, or I thought it had just finished rather.
You can actually kill that spore crawler before it pops, but he's not paying attention. Oh, looks like he's just gonna pull completely away. The Spire is about up, a second queen out, and another spore crawler going in the main. Losing that queen is fairly big, but he does still have two with enough energy to vomit larva, and a third one, reserve queen popping out. So it looks like Swipht is going to stabilize quite quickly, quite swiftly, easily.
Wow, this is a Sergeant Banshee, 12 kills on that, 11 of those being drones. I'm surprised actually that that wasn't caught. He has that Overlord here and this had a Zergling over here. Very, very common paths for air units to fly across for harass. But we do have eXSilent going to be pushing out now with a medevac, a handful of Marines, and 2 tanks that do have siege mode finished. So this is going to be a relatively strong push. We do have Mutalisks on the map.
2 more tanks on the way.
And 2 more tanks. These Marines should be able to handle these Mutalisks very easily.
That's enough, but it's really iffy because if you can get those Zerglings in there around those Marines, and the tanks are going to be dealing friendly fire onto those Marines, and that's going to be really bad news. Overextending those Marines, if he loses those Marines, those Marines are going to have free reign on the tanks.
Yeah, not a great idea there. You need to push up with your tanks, leapfrog them forward, and we do have these Zerglings out here that might just go for a counterattack. Smartly keeping up his wall, though. Yeah, okay, good, because these could have done a run-by and done havoc, but smartly keeping that wall up, needs to make sure that his base is not penetrated. Now gonna shell these, needs to target fire these.
Oh, come in.
No.
Oh, they're taking down the tanks quite quickly, and even the Marines are gonna go down. He needs to micro this Mutalisk back, though. Some micro would have been nice because you don't want to lose mutas. They are quite expensive, and they are his only anti-air at the moment. Only mobile anti-air anyway. And he needs to keep getting mutas out. He does have quite a bit of gas, but those early drone kills are costing him some minerals. He does not quite have the economy that he would like. Some good early harassment from eXSilent is keeping him in the game despite this semi-blunder there in his push.
eXSilent being quite aggressive, though. This Banshee is great for map control. It's going to get cleaned up by these Mutalisks, though. He should have pulled that Banshee home the second he saw those Mutalisks, because obviously the Mutalisks would have found it eventually, especially in a popular spot like the Zelnaga Watchtower. So unfortunately losing that that unit, very expensive unit, and is actually great as part of your regular army. Pushing out with a couple of SCVs here. I wonder if he's gonna bunkers at this point seems a little bit strange. I don't know why. Maybe just to buffer a couple of shots but I mean, he doesn't look all in here. I mean, he hasn't expanded, so maybe he is kind of all in. I don't know.
I think this is looking pretty all in. If this gets shut
he's
down,
just expanding now. But these Zerglings could have just went and killed that expansion.
But instead, they're going to pick off a siege tank. That is huge. They're going to pick off the siege tank and 3 Marines. That's going to cut down on his DPS so much. And he's going to pull that. Oh, he doesn't lose any Zerglings in the process, except for maybe 1 or 2. While he's killing those Marines and those tanks, I don't know if those tanks even stop to attack. This is quite bad for eXSilent. If this push gets shut down, that's pretty much game.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I really have no idea what's going to happen. Decent tank placement here, but getting right up to them, those Marines did kill them. SCVs repairing the tanks, I guess that's what they were for. Actually, eXSilent is in quite a decent position right now, expanding behind this.
And using the the interruption and creep to build a missile turret to deal with mutas, pushing in with his infantry, but it's kind of not working out very well, giving a lot of friendly fire going down on those Marines, and that's going to hurt a lot. Those Zerglings are actually doing a lot more damage than just being Zerglings. Just the fact that they're in those Marines' faces. He's wasting a lot of medevac energy. He's down to 55. Pretty soon he's going to be out of medevac energy, and those Marines are going to be in bad shape.
More Mutalisks on the way. We have 8 Mutalisks right now. I have a feeling he's just going to wrap those Mutalisks around and go attack his opponent's base. And he's just really pushing in with these Zerglings, just really throwing them to the slaughter right now. He needs to be more patient and build up a force that can actually take this out. Throwing all those Zerglings away is just not helping at all.
Baneling Nest is finally up. Did take a long time to get up, and it came up quite late. He might pick off this tank, but he's going to lose a muta in the process. 2 mutas in the process? Almost. He does lose that one to a long-range Viking snipe, but there's just too much here for eXSilent. It doesn't look like that Swipht can deal with his first push. Finally morphing in some Banelings, but he's not going to have any Zerglings to buffer damage, to buffer tank shots, and I don't think Swipht can pull out of this. He's going to lose this base. It's now 1 base Zerg to 2 base Terran, and this is pretty much GG for Swipht.
The most Swipht can do is, I don't think there's anything he can do actually at this point. I mean, he could try and go for a counterattack, but with Mutalisks just don't kill buildings very quickly at all.
Yeah, a Viking and a turret, and he can quickly pump Marines to deal with mutas. Looks like that is what Swipht is going to try to do, but it's not going to work. Repairing this turret will easily deal with these Mutalisks. This is just a matter of time now. It looks like this is Swift's last little hope here, but it's not really a hope. He's going to get taken out quite quickly. He may even take out a good number of SCVs, but it just doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah, I think the biggest flaw there was probably not having Banelings a lot sooner. I mean, these Mutalisks have done a lot of damage to the expansion, but with this Viking and this missile turret, this space is somewhat impenetrable to these Mutalisks without just losing all of them. Yeah, basically kind of just waiting for Swipht to GG here.
Yeah, I would agree. He really needed those Banelings a lot sooner. Swipht is going to do quite a bit of damage, but at this point, eXSilent can just go into a base race situation and not worry at all. I mean, these mutas are taking like 10 minutes to take down a freaking supply depot, and by the time these mutas get to the point where they're actually doing some damage, he'll have just poked a couple Marines out, do a couple shots, and that little bit over time will be enough. A few more mutas at the back of the base, but trying valiantly to run around, pick off tanks. Finally realizes that there's no hope, and GG's out. It's okay, Swipht. This is a best of 5. You have 2 more opportunities to come back and even out the score.
Was that game number 1, I believe? That was game number 1, wasn't it? I forgot to update my overlay, so it said that Swipht had already won. That Swipht had won a game. I think I'm just going. No, actually, yeah, no. It said that. Yeah, it said that Swipht had won a game. Oh wait, no.
That was game 1.
Yeah, no, that totally was.